Hi, I'm Jignesh and today I'm going to teach you how you can create Azure Cosmos DB and perform CRUD operations using C# console applications. CRUD means you can say it's a create, read, update and delete operations with the Cosmos DB database. So let's start with that. This is my Azure portal and you can check I have one Cosmos DB 45 as a one Cosmos DB database. Let's create the new one. You can simply click on the Cosmos DB blade from here left hand side, or you can simply click on that Cosmos DB blade and you can also create from here. Let's add one more Cosmos DB database. You can check there is so many tabs: basic, networking, amplification tab and review and create. Let's start with the basic. You have to specify the resource group over here. For example, I have to select the Cosmos DB resource group, which is already created. If you don't have, you can simply create resource group from here as well. The next thing is instance details, which means the account name means our name for our Cosmos DB account. So let's specify the Cosmos 46, as 45 is already created by me, so it's 46 is available. Let's select the APIs. For example, I have to select SQL. You can also select other APIs like Cosmos DB for Mongo APIs, Azure Tables, Gremlin and so on. So for this particular tutorial I have to select core SQL API. And next thing is the notebook previews. Notebook options you can enable from here. So this option is under the preview mode, so let's keep it as a off mode. Next thing is the locations. So you have to select the region for this particular database. For example, this is the list of available regions. You can select anyone's. For this particular things, let's keep as it is. You can select account type, geo redundancy and multi-region writes mode. You can also change that production to non-production mode as well. Next thing is networking. You have to select which your Cosmos DB account is either publicly available or it is only accessible to the private endpoint only. For this particular tutorial I select all network. You can select as per your requirement, like public endpoint or private thing is tagging. You can specify the key value pair for particular tag, you can say key as an environment and value as a development. Let's keep as it is. And the next thing is simply click on the review and create. Once the validation process is success, you can simply click on the create button and your Cosmos DB is ready. It may take some time, so I will not go with this. We are going with the Cosmos DB which is already created by me, so it takes some time to create the new one. So let's go with this Cosmos DB 45. You can check the this is Cosmos DB 45 overview panel. You can say the region is the same, that is selected, and this is the URL to access that particular Cosmos DB. You can check other options available over here as well, like a quick start, notification, data explorer and so on. Let's go with the data explorer. In the data explorer you can explore your database which is created under this particular Cosmos DB account. Right now there is no database here, so let's create the new ones. You have to specify the database ID and container ID. Database ID is the same, like you have to you are creating the new database, and container ID is a collections within that particular database. So let's specify the database ID as a database 1 and container ID as a container 1. You can also specify the specify the partition keys over here. You can specify the name slash ID, or simply you can specify the slash name as well. So let's specify the slash name. Let's click on the OK. This is the process to create the containers and inside the container it's process to create the database along with the containers. So your database along with the containers is ready. Let's check with the our database one. So it's database one. Inside database I have collections name container one, and inside the collections I have items. Right now there is no items is available. You can check this, there is no item is available in this particular container. Let's create the new one. By clicking on the new item you can create the new item. You have to specify the id which is and we also specify the name, as we are taking the name as a partition key. So let's specify the names. You can add any columns over here, and by specifying the detail you simply click on the save button. So you can check we are one record is inserted the name, and this column is slash names. This is our partition key. Let's create the new one. Create the new records. Specify simply IDs and the name tag. In the name is required because we select a name field as a partition key. So let's click on the save. So this second record is inserted in our database container. So this is the process how you can create the database containers and how you can add the item within that particular containers. You can add any numbers of items within your containers, and you can specify this is one type of JSON format, so you can add any type of JSON valid JSONs inside your items. You can check the settings from here as well. You have to, you can check our partition key is slash name. You can specify your index policy over here as well. For very first time we create the new container, so it's come along with the new database as well. If you only want to create the database, you can only create the database as well. Let's specify the database name as database 2 and simply click on the OK. Once it is created, you can check that the database 2 is created, and inside that there is no containers. You have to create the manually containers inside that particular database, or you can using programming you can create the container in that particular database. You can check your containers when it is previous notifications. Let's go to the database 2, and you can check there is no container within the database 2, as we are only create the database for this particular times. You can add container from here as well, or you can simply click on the three dots. You can delete that particular database, or you can also add the container from here as well. So this is a complete tutorial how you can create the Cosmos DB and how you can create the database containers, and inside the containers you can add the items from the Azure portals. Let's go with the keys. This is the URIs. You can check the partition keys, primary keys, secondary keys, and primary connection string and secondary connection string here. We are using this particular URI and primary key for particular to our .NET console applications to connect this particular Cosmos DB account. You can simply click on the quick start. That provide to one .NET sample application as well for you, so you can utilize that particular application as well to connect with your Cosmos DB. Or you can also go with the Xamarin, Java platforms, Node.js or Python as well. For our tutorials we are going with the .NET, so we are going create the one new .NET application, which is I already created one and let's connect this particular Cosmos DB account with our .NET console applications, and we are creating the new database as well as items inside that particular database. Right now there is two database, is that database 1 and database 2. We are creating the new database with the console application. So let's go with the console applications. This is my console application. You can check the this is a program, and where let's check step by step. Let's go with the family model. Family.cs is a my models. Inside that I have IDs, last name, parents, children's address is registered, and wants to string to serialize that particular object. And we also have a parents class and child class as well, and also have a pet which contains the only names, and address class which contains the state, countries, cities as well. So this is the family models which going to insert that particular family model object inside our Cosmos DB database. And this is my program.ch, which is take the endpoint URI and primary keys from the app setting. So let's go to the app config, and in the inside the app config I specified two key inside the app settings. So one is endpoint URI and primary key, which is taken from the keys values. You can simply go to the Cosmos DB and select the keys and copy URI from here, and you can paste your URI over here, and you can specify the primary key, so copy from here and paste it over here. So inside our program.cs we are using the endpoint URI and primary key to connect our Cosmos DB. This is the Cosmos DB database ID and container ID. To-do list is our database name, and items is our collections name, or you can say container name. Inside the programs we have start with the get start demo async methods. Let's go with that. This is our get started demo async method. Inside that I create the Cosmos DB client object and specify the endpoint URI and primary key along with the Cosmos client options like application name is Cosmos DB.NET Quick Start. After that I have created methods for creating database. So let's go with the create database async method. This create the one database. This is use the Cosmos DB client object and create the database if not exist method, and specify the database ID, which is a to-do list. Once this method is executed, we are printing the create database is created with in our console applications. So this method create the database for our Cosmos DB. And the second method is to create the containers. We already create the database, so we have a database object. Inside the database object, we create the containers. We have a async method which create the containers for our database. Inside that I specify the container IDs, and you can specify the container ID as the items. And second thing I have to specify the partition key, which is the last name. Once it is container created, we print and the console application. The next one is the scale containers essence. This is our scaling link up or down our throughput for that particular database. You can check the by default throughput is 400. You can up or down your throughput from here as well. So we increase the throughput by 100 in this particular methods. The next thing is to add item to our container. So this is my family model object. Inside that I have specified the details for that particular family: names, last name, first name, parents detail, address, children details, pet names, and so on. And once it is a model is created with the data, I simply check that if the data with this particular family ID is already there or not. If it is already there, then simply display the message that data is already exist. If it is not already there, then in that catch block I specify that exceptions with the not found code. Then you simply create the new items with the container dot items async. This specify the family object names and partition key as a last name. Once it is item is created, just simply display that particular items in the console by specifying the resource ID. Next thing is create the new family members object, and doing the same things. If it is already exist, then display simply this item is already exist, and if it is not exist with that particular family object, then simply create the new ones and display in the console applications. So in this particular code we are creating the one database, one containers. Inside containers we are creating the two items, and two items, two family members items, and inserted in that particular containers. This is my family object. And the next thing is we are executing the query to get particular items. How we can execute the query? So here I specify the query select tab from C. C means the containers, where C dot last name equal to Anderson. So where is the name, last name is match from that particular collections, or we can say containers. It getting that particular items, and we are executing that particular queries and getting the list of families. If the query has more records, then simply read the even records at a time in the feed response, and executing the for each loop to get the family in their current record set, and every time it's add in the family list and display that particular family's family object in the console. So this is the query, how can I execute the query from the backend, or we can say console applications to the Cosmos DB. Next method is the replace family items essence. So here we are updating something particulars data, or we can say particular detail in the family. And the next method is the delete family items. So we can specify the partition key values, or you can specify the family ID as well, and we executing that particular delete item async method of the container class. And once it is executing, we are displaying that this particular family detail is deleted from the records. And the last method is delete database and cleanup. So in this particular method we deleted the database which is created in this starting of this particular program. So these are all about methods. We can check here database.delete async method is delete that particular database, and we simply display in the console application. And for this particular tutorial you have to include the Microsoft.Azure namespace at the top, Microsoft.Azure.Cosmos DB namespace at the top. uh, Before executing that particular program, we check that there is a two database inside our Cosmos DB database. So let's execute this particular program. Our query is also executing, and the result is also display. Our update family method is also executing, and it is display the entire details of that particular updated family. So let's these are all the details of our program execution. Let's go with the Cosmos DB Azure Data Explorer. So we can check that in the Azure portals, and let's refresh on that particular SQL API. So you can check the to-do list database is created over here, and inside that we have items collections, and inside the items we have items. We already add the two items, so you can check the two family details over here, so which is our items. So let's check one by one. This is our family details one, or you can say our first items, which contain the ID, last name, parents details, children details, address, and so on. And like this we have a second item as well. So this is the second family details. You can check the with the same like ID, last names, parents details, children details, and so on. So this is our example how you can create the Cosmos DB database and collections from your console application, or you can say from your C# code, and you can simply add, update, delete, and insert the records from here. I comment the two methods, that is delete family items and delete database cleanup. So let's undo that particular delete items methods and run the applications again. Database is created, database content is there, we have throat pool already 500 is there, so it's increased with the 100, so it's now right now the 600 items already exist, so it's not creating the new ones. So our query is executing, and update family details is also there. And the last thing to be noticed, that delete the family details with the id is 7. So you can simply refresh over here, so we can check that one items the second items is deleted from our Cosmos DB database. So let's again go with the items collections and simply click on the item. We have to refresh this particular list, so we can get update with the new one. The second item with the id 7 is deleted, and you can check there is only one record. So and now we again uncomment the last things, that is a delete database and clean up the async methods. So this will delete our entire database along with the items. So let's uncomment that and re-execute that this particular program. You don't create the new ones. You can check the family details for the 7 id is deleted, and database is also get deleted. Let's again refresh this particular list. You can check that our to-do list database is deleted from here. So you can check that you can perform the create, insert, update, delete, and query reoperation from your console C# code to perform a CRUD operation in the Cosmos DB. So this is all about how you can create the Cosmos DB accounts in the Azure portals, and how you can simply click the create the .NET application using the quick start. You can you just go with the quick start and download .NET sample application with that, and in the sample application you can update your endpoint URI and primary keys to connect with your Cosmos DB, and you can perform the CRUD operations with that. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel.